Hey Terra Tribe, I'm super excited because I finally knocked off one of the decks on the top of my wish list. So if you want to know what it is, stick around because it's amazing. Hey Terra Tribe, it's Dustin from A Modern Metaphysic Man, and today I thought we could hang out and go through the Daniloff Tarot by Alexander Daniloff. This is a deck that I'm super excited to have in my collection. It's been on my wish list for forever, and I just religiously hunted for it, like for the longest time, checking eBay and Facebook groups and the whole nine yards. And I found out recently that he was selling them again. He must have done another print run, but I sent him an email and got a hold of him, and he sold me a copy, and it arrived about a week ago. And I've thumbed through it a couple of times, but I haven't done any readings with it yet. So this is a little bit more of a first impressions style video, but I hope you like it. I'm so excited to just have this amazing deck. His artwork is just phenomenal. So yeah, let's dive in. It comes in a standard tuck box, nothing crazy, and as always I will link to all his information in the description below so you can easily find it. So yeah, the deck does not come with a little white book at all. It follows the Rider-Waite-Smith system, so any material you have on that will work for this. The card backs have this really beautiful design on them, and I just adore them. You know, it has that sort of life and death vibe, the moon and the sun. You know, it has the numeral 4 here in the star to represent the 4th edition. It has the elements. It's so cool. And it is fully reversible. The cards are a standard tarot size. So this is a card from the Golden Universal by Los Scarabeo. So as you can see, it's pretty much the same size. I think this one's just a little bit thinner, as most Los Scarabeo decks are. But its cardstock is comparable to a US Games standard cardstock, so it's a nice cardstock, about 300 GSM. Nothing crazy. This is just a extra blank card that came in the deck. So yeah, let's dive in to this awesome deck. So this is the title card. And then we get into our major arcana, and the major arcana has all of the names in I believe Italian. So yeah, and I love his art style. His illustrations are just amazing. They're full of symbolism, right? You've got all of the suits here, you've got this mask and the infinity symbol. It's so cool how he includes all of the symbols in his style. Our High Priestess, or La Pepessa, the Empress, the Emperor. Which, it's interesting in this depiction of the Emperor that he is holding a sword. Typically, the Emperor, you know, in the RWS holds an Ankh, which shows that he is above violence, right? However, in this case, the Ankh is the hilt of the sword, which is an interesting take on our Emperor friend here. The Hierophant. Lovers. You can see, you know, the snake in the Garden of Eden, very Adam and Eve reminiscent here. Chariots. And Strength in position 8. Hermit. Wonderful Hermit. I love Hermit cards that show the Hermit studying. For me, the Hermit is always about solitude, and sort of inner learning, and so whenever they depict him studying, it just really connects with me. Our Wheel of Fortune, which is the zodiac wheel, all the major zodiac symbols and houses. And Justice in position 11. Our Hanged Man. And it's cool, some of the figures you'll notice have like this paper puppet sort of design to them, which is just really unique. But again, there's so much symbolism in this whole image, right? The fact that he is a paper man, that this looks like a mask. You have the hand coming out of the sky. You have the purse with gold coins kind of floating next to the tree with an elemental symbol on it. You specifically have two different kinds of trees here. So, you know, there's just so much, you know, a palm tree. I believe this is a palm tree and an oak tree. So tons and tons and tons and tons of symbolism through this whole deck. It's just wonderful. Our Death card. Temperance. It's so beautiful. His art is just amazing. This demon. Il Diablo. The Devil. Tower card. Again, the Hand of God coming out of the sky. So you really get that sense that, you know, the major arcana is things out of our control. The Star. I love this Moon card. It's just so graphic. And the interesting thing is typically it's a dog and a wolf, kind of showing the domesticated and undomesticated aspects, you know, within all of us. However, here it's a jackal, you know, obviously, which has its own unique symbolism through, you know, Egyptian esotericism, you know, and even the design of the structures here. We have a square tower and a round tower. Our sun with creepy babies, you know, there's a lot here. Judgment and the world, Il Mondo. Then we get into our minors. So we have our wands first. Oh, well, actually, let's go through. So the deck is organized. I left it the way it came. So the deck actually goes through all 4 cards of each suit. So we'll go through the 1s and then the 2s, etc. So our Ace of Cups, our Ace of Coins, and our Ace of Swords. And then we have our 2 of Wands, our 2 of Cups, our 2 of Coins. Very interesting 2 of Coins, right? Usually they're on a beach, sort of walking, and there's a ship in the distance. Here he's in this barrel that's leaking water. Just, again, lots of symbolism there. 2 of Swords. We got our 3 of Wands. 3 of Cups. 3 of Coins. And 3 of Swords. Very interesting depiction of the 3 of Swords here, as we have what I believe is to be a depiction of the Shroud of Turin, which is the cloth that Jesus Christ was embalmed in and is believed to have an imprint of his figure on from when he ascended into heaven. Which I believe that's what this is a depiction of, which is a really interesting inclusion. And we have our 4 of Wands and our 4 of Cups. There's a much more sort of daydreamy figure, and again, this figure is depicted as a puppet, right? So there's symbolism behind that, right? Where this man is so out of his own control, right? That, you know, he doesn't see this cup here, that, you know, he is a puppet. And we have our 4 of coins. And then our 4 of swords. And we have our 5. So again, lots of traditional nods to Rider-Waite Smith, which I think is great, but they're very unique in their own way. And the artwork is just, I just love his style. So we're in our 6s now. Look at these figures. I mean, look at how emaciated they are. Six of Swords. He's just kind of sailing right over that monster. You know what? I don't need those swords. I'm gonna go this way. And our 7s. 7 of Wands. Again, there's just tons of symbolism and nods to mythology and different religious beliefs and things like that, which is just really interesting. 7 of Swords, Thief in the Night. And our 8s. I love this 8 of Cups. Where the cups are a part of this gate, you know, and he could have chosen to walk through the gate, right? But instead he's walking away. He's walking away from all the things that lay beyond this portal. Love this 8 of Coins, which is a mason. It's just beautiful. Eight of Swords. To our 9s. 9 of Cups. 9 of Coins. 9 of Swords. And then we get into our 10s. A wonderful 10 of Wands. 10 of Cups. Or Happily Ever After. Harken back to the Lovers card. I believe they're the same figures, and it's almost as if they are beginning to regrow, you know, the Garden of Eden. 10 of Coins. 10 of Swords. And then we get into our court cards, and our court cards they're so cool. They're different, and that's what I really love about these. They're just so unique in the way that they're illustrated and depicted. So they're almost like they have this very plain card style to them. This is the best way. So all of our pages are heralds essentially, because they are carrying a banner. So our wands, and then our cups here, and our coins. And each of the banners is different. Obviously there are color associations, as you can see. And swords, the raven. And then we have our knights. So wands, cups, coins, and swords. And then we have our queens. So our wands, our cups, our coins, and Queen of Swords with the scales of justice. And I do like, I don't know if you noticed, but On all of the queens here, we have nods to the traditional playing card suits that correlate to the tarot suits, you know, so diamonds for coins, spades for swords, clubs for wands, and hearts for cups. I thought that was a great inclusion. And then we have our kings. They're just great. These guys are so cool. Coins and swords. And then this is that blank card at the back of the deck that I think is just an extra card back if you wanted to get crafty and do something like make a box, which is probably what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that is the Daniloff Tarot. I love this deck. It's so rich and so full of beautiful imagery, and the illustration is just amazing. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this deck. Just a reminder to everyone, you can book a personal reading from me on my website now, and links to all of that will be in the description below. I am continuing my Sunday live streams about metaphysics, so this Sunday we'll be talking more about how to read astrological charts. So if you're interested in that, make sure you set a reminder and click that bell. And as always, you know, I hope that you guys enjoy this content, and I thank you for all of your love and support. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And as always, remember, everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind, always. All right, bye guys.